Today, AMD surprised Wall Street. The stock jumped more than 8% in a single trading session after Goldman Sachs significantly raised its price target. But here's the interesting part. Analyst upgrades happen all the time. Most of them don't move a $1 trillion industry. So the real question isn't why AMD went up today. The real question is, what does Wall Street suddenly see in AMD that it may not have fully appreciated before? To answer that, we need to understand what AMD actually is, because despite being one of the largest semiconductor companies in the world, many investors still think of AMD simply as NVIDIA's smaller competitor. That picture is incomplete. AMD is becoming one of the companies building the infrastructure behind the AI revolution, and that's where today's story begins. To understand AMD's opportunity, we first have to understand NVIDIA's success. When ChatGPT changed the world in late 2022, every major technology company suddenly needed enormous computing power. Training AI models requires thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of GPUs working together. And NVIDIA became the company everyone depended on. Cloud providers, startups, research labs, even governments were buying NVIDIA hardware as fast as it could be produced. For the first phase of AI, there was one clear leader. NVIDIA didn't just participate in the AI boom, it defined it. But history teaches us something important. Every major technology revolution eventually expands. One company may start the race, but an entire ecosystem finishes it. And that's exactly what's beginning to happen in AI. The first phase of AI was about training models. The next phase is about using them. Every time you ask ChatGPT a question, every AI assistant writes an email, every customer talks to an AI chatbot, every autonomous robot makes a decision, an AI model is performing what engineers call inference. Think of training as teaching a student for years. Inference is the student answering millions of questions afterward. And here's why this matters. Training happens occasionally. Inference happens continuously, billions of times, every single day. That means the demand for AI infrastructure is no longer just about building smarter models. It's about running those models faster, cheaper, and at massive scale. Many analysts believe this could become an even larger market than AI training itself, and that's creating new opportunities for companies beyond NVIDIA. This is where AMD becomes interesting. Unlike many AI companies that focus on just one component, AMD has built a broad portfolio for modern data centers. Its EPYC processors power servers that coordinate workloads, manage memory, and keep AI systems running efficiently. Its Instinct accelerators are designed for demanding AI workloads, giving cloud providers another option for large-scale AI computing. AMD also has decades of experience designing high-performance processors and has built strong relationships with many of the world's largest cloud companies. Perhaps most importantly, customers increasingly want alternatives. No business likes relying on a single supplier for critical infrastructure. As AI spending continues to grow, companies are looking for competition, resilience, and flexibility. AMD doesn't have to replace NVIDIA. It simply needs to become the strongest alternative. In a market expected to reach hundreds of billions of dollars, that alone represents an enormous opportunity. Now we can finally answer the question we started with. Why did AMD suddenly become one of Wall Street's favorite AI stocks? The answer isn't that AMD is replacing NVIDIA. In fact, NVIDIA remains the leader in AI computing. Its software ecosystem, developer tools, and years of innovation have created one of the strongest competitive advantages in the technology industry. But here's what investors are beginning to understand. The future of artificial intelligence is simply too big for one company. Every cloud provider, enterprise, government, and startup building AI infrastructure will need enormous amounts of computing power. That creates room for more than one winner. AMD is positioning itself to become the second pillar of AI infrastructure. with EPYC processors powering modern data centers, instinct accelerators targeting AI workloads, and growing adoption among hyperscalers. AMD is no longer just another chip company. It's becoming a critical part of the AI ecosystem. So, perhaps today's 8% rally wasn't really about an analyst upgrade. Perhaps it reflected something much bigger. Wall Street may finally be recognizing AMD not as NVIDIA's challenger, but as one of the companies helping build the future of artificial intelligence. So, here's the question I'd leave you with. Can AMD become the second giant of AI infrastructure? Or will NVIDIA continue to dominate the next decade? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments.